So, welcome to our baby journey. It has definitely been a long one, a stressful one, and it's taken a lot. Anyway, I'm gonna start from the beginning. So, today is August 13th of 2013. Jesse and I got pregnant November of 2011. Unfortunately, that ended in a miscarriage. So I had a D&C done March of 2012. We waited a couple of months, just to give ourselves a break, and we decided to try again in June of 2012. Nothing happened, so I went to my doctor. He didn't seem to be too worried. He actually, he said it hadn't been a year yet of trying, so until it's reached a year, they don't really worry about, anything being wrong or whatever. So we kept trying and trying and trying, and nothing happened. Month after month, just disappointment, and then it became stressful, and then after a while, I got to the point where it's like, whatever happens, happens. So, I waited almost until it was exactly a year from my D&C. So March of 2013, I went back to the doctor, and it's like, okay, it's been a year yet, nothing's happened. He told me that he saw a growth. He said it was really small, probably a fibrous thing that would eventually go away on its own. I should be okay. He actually suggested that I wait another 6 months, which was kind of weird considering, he said that he wouldn't think anything was wrong until we had tried for a year and we were unsuccessful. So given that it had already been a year, and then he wanted me to wait 6 more months, that just, I don't know, it was kind of weird. So I took it upon myself to see a fertility specialist, which I'm so glad I did that. And if anyone out there, if you have issues and you have been trying to have a baby and it's been longer than a year, or it's been a year and nothing has happened, I would highly suggest going to see a specialist to see, what's going on. Make sure that nothing is going on with you or your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever. So anyway, I went to the fertility specialist, and she did a lot of tests the first cycle that I was with her to see when my period started, to see when I ovulated, to see how Jesse's motility was and his count and all that stuff. So we had a base, kind of like a baseline after the first month, and after that, it's like, okay, we determined that I had a polyp. We weren't really sure if it was like a polyp or, it was a scar tissue or something from my D&C that I had done in March. There's something there, we definitely saw something. So we saw that. We saw that I had a possible blocked tube. And I wasn't ovulating, so all three of these things together make it pretty difficult to have a baby. With Jesse, it was slightly slow or low motility, which seems to be very common with a lot of guys. Overall, he was fine. So I had surgery this year in July of 2013, and I had a hysteroscopy done, and she found that I had a pretty large polyp that was acting like an IUD, so that was preventing pregnancy, and my right tube was blocked. So I had a catheter put in for about 4 days. I had to keep it in, and I got to take it out myself, so I didn't have to go back to the doctor's office or anything. But so now I should be cleaned out. I should be open. The next step was to wait until I had a period, so I finally started that at the end of taking hormones for 20 days after the surgery to bring on a cycle. I had one, and when it ended, now, I'm kind of glad the steps are moving the way that they're supposed to. There's no hiccup in the plans so far. So I started doing Follistim, which is a stimulation shot to um, stimulate your eggs. Literally, what it sounds like. So I took the Follistim shot for about 5 days, and on the 6th day is when I went into the doctor so they could see the progress. They saw that I had one large follicle, which is good, and then I had a few smaller ones, so it also runs the risk of having multiple babies, but, I guess I'm okay with that. Twins would be okay with us. I took my trigger shot that night of seeing the doctor, and, so it means, that was yesterday, so today, I hopefully should be ovulating either today or tomorrow. I go back with my husband tomorrow to have our first round of insemination done. So we're hoping that it works. We're glad that, our plan, we've been able to stick to the plan so far and nothing's gotten in the way. We're excited that I responded well to the shots and that the follicles are growing and they're there, so even if it doesn't work this cycle, I'm still excited that there's progress and that I see that it's working. So, keep your fingers crossed. We're keeping them crossed that this cycle is the cycle that we get pregnant. I know it's the first one, so I'm excited, yet trying not to get my hopes up too much because I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm excited that there's a possibility that we could get pregnant tomorrow. So that would be great, and I will find out in 2 weeks whether or not the InSem works or not. So we go in tomorrow at 7 in the morning so that Jesse can give his sample, and we wait an hour, and then that's when the magic happens.